Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back for a Thursday edition of the Steel City Sports Report, where we talk all things Steelers, Penguins, and Pirates. I am your host, Brady Vini, and today's report includes a former Pittsburgh Steelers linebacker ignites the fan base with his comments, breaking news as the Pittsburgh Pirates have found their starting right fielder, an injury update on Pittsburgh Penguins captain Sidney Crosby, and more. As always, please be sure to like, comment, and share this video, as well as subscribe to the channel. Now let's get into the first news story of the day. A former Pittsburgh Steelers linebacker ignites the fan base with his comments. Super Bowl 59 between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles is nearly upon us, but before we get to the biggest game of the year, almost all top personalities in the sports talk industry are at Radio Row right now in New Orleans. Radio Row is a sports media extravaganza where celebrities, athletes, and other sports personalities all go on each other's talk shows to boost ratings. I'm sure there are a handful of other Steelers representatives down there, but making an appearance yesterday and making a statement was former Steelers linebacker and Super Bowl champion Joey Porter. Porter went on NFL Network Radio and was asked what he thinks about Steelers fans being critical of head coach Mike Tomlin, answering, "The fan base is going to be the fan base because they're spoiled. You don't want to lose Coach Tomlin and then realize that you had a great one. There's a reason why that franchise only had 3 coaches: Noel, Cowher, Tomlin. It's a reason why, because when you're preaching the same message and everyone that comes through there like, we're looking for people that fit the Steeler brand." Oh boy, you had to say that word, didn't you? Spoiled? Peasy. You can defend your old coach and the coach of your son all you want, but don't come at those wanting what's best for the team with that BS. The Chiefs fan base is spoiled right now. The Eagles fan base is spoiled right now. The 25 other franchises that have won a playoff game more recently than the Steelers are spoiled right now. 2005 and 2008 are long gone, bro. Pushing a decade without being competitive in a playoff game, let alone win one, and asking for change isn't being spoiled. If anything, Joey, you mentioned the Steeler brand there. We are trying to hold those running the franchise to the excellence that the Steelers brand is, or at least used to be. Winning Super Bowls has been replaced with settling for winning seasons. Last I checked, they don't hand out trophies or hang banners for going 10-7. And hey, I think most of the fan base would be perfectly fine moving on from Tomlin and then looking back at him as a great afterwards. The two scenarios of him being great and it being time for a change can coexist. Who knows, maybe we will find the next Noel, Cowher, or Tomlin by moving on. PZ, I don't know if you know, but you're pretty much on your own here. Some of your old teammates have already soured on Tomlin, so you don't need to go down with the ship when we are in the same spot next year. I hope you were just saying this to keep your son out of the coach's doghouse, but if not, I hope one day you can see it our way. Breaking news, the Pittsburgh Pirates have found their starting right fielder. No more than 24 hours after I went scorched earth on the Pittsburgh Pirates front office and ownership for not signing Randall Grichuk, the Bucs have now finally signed a major league level right fielder. The breaking news came down this morning from MLB insiders Mark Feinsand, Ken Rosenthal, and Katie Woo that the Pittsburgh Pirates are signing outfielder Tommy Pham to a 1-year, $4 million contract. According to another MLB insider, Bob Nightingale, the deal with Pham came together quickly and includes $250K in incentives. The 35, soon-to-be 36-year-old Pham, now joining his 9th team since 2021, will at least be a platoon option in right field with Jack Sawinski or Joshua Palacios. In 2024, Pham played for 3 different teams in the Chicago White Sox, St. Louis Cardinals, and Kansas City Royals, altogether playing in 116 games, hitting a .248 batting average with 9 home runs, 39 RBIs, and a .674 OPS. This right here is the Pittsburgh Pirates once again thrift shopping in February. Ownership is too cheap and management is too dumb to get anyone better than an older version of Connor Joe. No offense to Pham, but what a disgrace it is that the biggest move of the offseason, besides the obligatory Andrew McCutchen signing, is a 36-year-old journeyman. We can now easily predict what will happen between now and the end of the season. Pham will be average to below average, the Bucs will have a mid-season fallout, and then he will be traded to a contender for a prospect that no one has ever heard of. Just like the entire Pirates offseason plans, let's hope that the Bucs pitching staff can be the best in the league and that Pham can have a late career renaissance. Welcome to Pittsburgh, Tommy Pham, or should I say, welcome to the Pham-a-lee, but I have to say it. Spend nutting, win nutting. Things will never change. An injury update on Pittsburgh Penguins captain Sidney Crosby. On Tuesday night, the Pittsburgh Penguins fell to the New Jersey Devils in a shootout 3-2, but the more important story was Pens captain Sidney Crosby getting injured. Early in the third period, Crosby was involved in an awkward collision, getting his left arm caught between the Devils' Luke Hughes and Erik Haula. Sid left the ice and went to the Penguins' locker room for about 10 minutes before returning and finishing the game. However, yesterday Crosby missed the Pens practice in Cranberry with an upper body injury, and no further details were confirmed. Upon hearing that, many are worrying that Crosby may not only miss the next two Penguins games, but possibly the Four Nations face-off as well. Well, some good news out of Penguins practice this morning is that Crosby did return to the ice. Before practice began, Sid was put through a vigorous workout by assistant coach Ty Hennis and line mate Brian Rust. He looked like little was bothering him, but when practice formally began, Crosby went to the secondary rink to continue individual work. Hopefully Sid is a quick healer, because I don't want to worry about watching Kevin Hayes being the top line center. The other head of the currently injured two-headed monster and forward Evgeny Malkin was also on the ice this morning, but in skates only. Crosby will have a little bit more time to lick his wound before the team plays back-to-back road games beginning tomorrow night against the New York Rangers. The Pittsburgh Penguins president of business operations is stepping down. Last night at PPG Paints Arena, the Pittsburgh Penguins Foundation, in partnership with Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield, hosted its annual Night of Assists event. This year's carnival-themed evening was filled with fun and games with the Pittsburgh Penguins players, while raising donations for the Pittsburgh community. The night of laughter with the Pens is news enough, but a bit of news was broken to the public at the event. Last night, Fenway Sports Group's Teddy Werner announced that Penguins business president Kevin Acklin has resigned. Acklin has been with the Pens organization since 2018, and his resignation comes just 1 week after FSG announced that they will be taking a minority stake of the Penguins to market. In a statement after his resignation was announced, Acklin said, "After 7 incredible seasons with the Penguins, I have decided that I will be moving on from my role as president of business operations at the end of the season. I'm grateful to Fenway Sports Group for the opportunity to help lead this organization, to my colleagues for their dedication, and to our fans for their unwavering support. It has been an honor to serve the team I grew up cheering for, and I look forward to continuing to support the Penguins as an advisor through the end of the year. I will forever be proud to be a Penguin and look forward to next steps in my career while continuing my service to Pittsburgh." On behalf of all Pens fans, thank you, Kevin, for your service to the Penguins organization, and best of luck in your future endeavors. And finally, a recently traded Pittsburgh Penguin receives a new contract. The Pittsburgh Penguins are now in the early stages of what will hopefully be a quick and successful rebuild. The first steps in most rebuilds, trading expendable yet valuable assets, were taken by the organization last week when general manager Kyle Dubas traded defenseman Marcus Pettersson and forward Drew O'Connor to the Vancouver Canucks in exchange for a first-round draft pick, 2 players, and a prospect. Pettersson was the headliner in that trade, and getting a first-round pick back for him as a rental was a great acquisition. However, it turns out that the 28-year-old defenseman will in fact not be a rental for Vancouver, as last night he put pen to paper on a new deal. According to Daily Faceoff hockey insider Frank Saravalli, the Canucks and Pettersson agreed to a 6-year, $5.5 million per year contract extension. Saravalli added that Pettersson's extension gives him a full no-trade clause for the first 3 years of the deal, and then a 15-team partial no-trade clause for the last 3. This season, Pettersson has 3 goals and 15 assists for 18 points in 49 games played, but sometimes stats don't tell the whole story. He is, what I believe to be, one of the most rock-steady defensemen in the entire NHL. It's great to see Pettersson get this contract because he deserves it, and the Penguins weren't going to afford that price tag anyways. Congrats on the payday, Petey. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up a Thursday edition of the Steel City Sports Report. Again, please be sure to like, comment, and share this video, as well as subscribe to the channel. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys back here tomorrow with some more Pittsburgh sports news.